Yeah, man. So we're gonna get into our main event here in just a minute. We do have quite a bit to talk about in terms of that, but this is 2 of 2. This is the second episode we're recording tonight. What do you think about the WrestleMania card this year, man? It was evident a few weeks ago that WWE was worried about it. The ticket sales were not exactly pouring in. Keep seeing them being like, 25% off on only this weekend or whatever. And you don't do that if the tickets are flying off the shelf,
Yeah.
You'll see Taylor Swift doing that.
Right. My thoughts about the WrestleMania card is, for me, it's always been less about the big blockbuster matches and more about how can you sell people on these matches.
Right.
And that's the thing, right? Because WrestleMania is like this big culmination. It is the end chapter of whatever book you've been reading from all this time.
Right.
That's how it's supposed to be and feel. Just to kind of build the case from what I'm talking about here, there exists a reality, I'm sure, even darker than the one we live in now, where Rock and Austin was just a throwaway match on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, in that reality, like, Harambe never even lived.
Yeah, he never even made it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Dr. Manhattan moved the lantern just a little bit.
Yep, 6 inches to the left, and then,
no Harambe ever.
No Harambe.
Yeah.
But just imagine Rock and Austin in like a one-off throwaway match. It would have been entertaining for that one night, and then no one would have ever thought about it ever again. But because we get this build and there's history behind them and that match, and then there's all this build up and like the world's greatest hype package, we get all that into one, and then it's main eventing a WrestleMania, several WrestleManias actually. And so because of that, it has all that prestige behind it. And so it's the talent, Rock and Austin, fucking next level. We'll never see that again. It's lightning striking twice, but also like everything behind it that helped elevate it to it being what it became, and so this year's WrestleMania doesn't really have a whole lot of that. You can say the same thing about Cody and Roman. Like they were able to do that match 2 years in a row and have it work because of the stories and the build up.
Right.
This year's WrestleMania again just doesn't have a whole lot of that. I think that Cody and Randy, that story kind of writes itself, but even that has been a little bit on shaky legs.
Yeah. Which
is really unfortunate because, as I just said, that kind of writes itself. I think that Punk and Roman, that is the most intriguing match on the card for sure. I think it has the most build up. I think that they've done the best work with the build up. I am actually very excited to see Brock and Oba.
See, I was actually going to say, I think Brock and Oba has the most blockbuster appeal to it. Mm-hmm. I think the story with Punk and Roman is really, really good. And obviously, both of those guys, by this point, Punk is a master on the microphone.
Yeah.
And Roman took a long time to get there, but Roman's is on that level now.
Yeah.
Where he doesn't, I'll be honest, if you told me 6 years ago, okay, well, we're going to see a Roman Reigns that I actually enjoy watching, mm-hmm. and that doesn't need Paul Heyman.
And he's good on the mic, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have never seen that, but a lot of that is they stopped trying to make him into something that he's not.
Yeah.
Where with with Cena they never did that. Even to the very last day.
Yeah.
They try to make him something else that he isn't, and then they were like, just go back to being the other thing that you also weren't. But with Roman now, he's just kind of him. He's just a very highly exaggerated version of himself,
mm-hmm.
and that just works.
Yep.
And it's weird because that always is basically what works.
Yeah,
for the most part,
unless you're really fucking weird.
Yeah, if you're a vampire that collects teeth, for instance.
That's oddly specific, Caleb.
Yeah, it is.
But that has also gotten over, so I can't.
Did you think that Danhausen would be this over?
No, I'll be honest, no.
Yeah, I thought he might have been too weird, especially like when they turbo botched his debut. Yeah,
he did perfectly though, playing off of that, like the following Raw.
Yeah,
when he said he was talking to I guess Nick Aldis, and it was like or Adam Pearce. But anyway, he was talking to the GM, and he said, "Oh, did you hear the thunderous applause that people had for me yesterday? It was the most amazing thing ever."
Yeah,
and I was like, I love that he leaned into it.
Yeah, I'll be honest, man. He's genius. Like, yeah. I do think that they maybe like there may be a little too much of him. Like, I think there probably needs to be about 70% of what we're having right now. Because it feels like every time I turn around, there's a new Danhausen segment or a clip or something.
He's on Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah.
He's not missing the show.
Well, as soon as his shirt went to number 1, that was it, man. Right. And I'm like, I love that. Like, he's hilarious, and it's brilliant, and I love that it's catching on, but, like, I feel like they're going to run this into the ground.
I'll be honest, I agree with you, but, man, I think that the move would have been to have him host WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Instead of Cena.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was just them going back to the well. And, and I want to go back to something you mentioned about Cody and Randy, and, like, I think that they've really underestimated the amount of nostalgia that people have. Like, where at Mania last year, where we saw, heel Cena getting cheered over a clearly white meat babyface Cody, as Cena absolutely dog shit marches through one of the worst Mania main events of all time. And it's not all on him, right? It takes two. Like, Cody has to take some responsibility for that match being awful, but we know that, like, he was dragging John Cena through the mud. It's Cena trying to work heel, which he can't do. He can barely work face. And, and then you've got this crowd full of these fucking people who are here to see John Cena's last WrestleMania. Like, that was the main selling point for these people. So, of course, the crowd is full of these, like, fucking Cena cultists that have no idea what they're... They don't know anything about pro wrestling. They might as well go to an AEW show. Like, they have no idea what the fuck is going on. They're just Cena marks. And I don't know that I know of a worse kind of wrestling fan than that, personally. Like, I think that, like, the Nick Gage fandom is probably has more substance to it than that. But once again, you just can't underestimate, like, people's nostalgia, like how they rewrote history of John Cena being like, oh, the greatest ever or whatever. He's not even good. You know what I mean? There's this complete revisionism that Cena, like, he showed up to work and I think he tried real hard, but, like, he didn't put asses in seats. He wasn't. He was selling a lot of merch. I will give him that. But, I mean, for the most part, the biggest ratings decline in the history of the business happened on his watch, where he was the guy. And the Cena and the Roman experiments are kind of the reason why every WWE male champion right now is 40 plus.
I was going to bring that up. But that's such a great point, though, because I see people online all the time talking about, man, why are all the champions, so old in the WWE right now? And I've even seen comparisons about, like, to the Attitude Era, comparing, like, the ages of, like, the main event talents then versus now.
Yeah.
And there's a few reasons for that, right? So, I mean, one thing we have to take into account is, the number one thing is this, right? Is star power and who has it.
Yeah.
And for all of the brilliant things that Vince McMahon has done, one thing that was certainly not brilliant was deciding to put the company on the back of one person at a time.
Yeah.
And then having that person be so conflicting with the audience, the times that he tried it didn't help either.
Yeah.
So putting the company on the back of John Cena and John Cena alone, John Cena is the guy. He's going to carry the company. Well, first of all, that's got to be up to the audience. It's not up to the person who is in charge of the company. Because if the person you choose isn't who the audience chooses, then it doesn't matter.
And the only person who ever got anything over on him, really, was Edge. I mean, they made Edge like the top heel at the time. And, when Edge came back, that was a huge deal that they really could have capitalized on. But then they let him go to Mania and they fed him to Roman. and that was it. And that's all they wrote. That's all she wrote. And now you don't have that, you know. And I mean, even Edge is like past where he ought to be, you know.
Yeah.
But that was a top guy that you burnt. You just completely burned that bridge. Same thing with Daniel Bryan. It happened in the same match.
Yeah, it was the triple threat. Yeah.
You know, they just decided we're going to have Roman just bury these talents.
I'm hesitant to say that Roman buried them though.
No, the finish to that match was awful, man. With him just pinning their lifeless bodies at the same time.
I'll be honest, I don't remember the finish.
Oh, I do. Yeah, I was pissed.
I can see that happening, but also at that point they had also Edge and Daniel Bryan they were headed out.
I don't know that they were. Daniel Bryan might have been, but I don't know that Edge
for sure was.
I don't know that Edge was headed out because remember after that they did the Judgment Day thing.
Was that afterwards?
I think it was after.
Maybe so. That wasn't Edge's last Mania.
It was, yeah, but I'm saying I think it was right after that they did the Judgment Day.
It would have been before then because Mania before it was Edge versus Finn in the cage, Hell in the Cell.
Okay, yeah, because they basically creative went to Edge and said we don't have anything for you, and he was like, well then I'm out, you know.
Yeah, I thought that, and I could be wrong on this. I thought that Edge said that they viewed him as like kind of a spectacle. And so, like, they didn't want him wrestling every single week, whereas that is exactly what he wanted to do.
Right.
And so he went to the place that was going to let him, you know, do that.
Yeah. And, I mean, I get that, I guess. Yeah. I can see both sides of that. Like,
for sure.
I wouldn't have put him like on Undertaker schedule, but I definitely would have had him, you know, more frequently than not.
I think they got it right with Punk.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think maybe if Edge had that kind of schedule, he would have been more inclined to stick around. And also, I mean, Vince isn't there anymore.
Yes. Well, they're very lucky that Punk came back because, you know, he kind of skyrocketed. I mean, it's not their fault that, like, you know, Seth got hurt, but, like, Seth was never going to be the guy. They've tried that so many times. I really hope that they're done with that. It's not their fault that Braun Breaker got hurt. I think had that not happened, I think him and Seth was the plan, and that was going to skyrocket him into one of the bigger scenes. I mean, it's possible that Seth could have kept the belt and like would be losing it to Braun.
Yeah,
you know, had that been the case.
Right.
But I'm very glad that Punk is going to get another Mania main event. He's going to get a Night 2 main event, one-on-one with Roman that I think he absolutely deserves.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I'm like you. I'm really looking forward to that match. I'm really looking forward to the ladder match for IC title.
I think the ladder match it'll be fun. I look at the participants and just like the lack of involvement that a lot of them have had.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, so Penta retains.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's we're throwing everybody who's not doing anything in this.
I think it's going to be a great match. I mean, you got Javon Evans, you got Dragon Lee, who is also excellent.
I think Javon Evans could win, though.
If Penta doesn't win, it'll be Javon.
It should be him, yeah, for sure. If he's going to. Obviously, like the Sammy and Trick match, I mean, I will say Oba, Trick Williams, and Javon Evans, all of them, their main roster debuts have been handled completely differently than you've ever seen an NXT come up. And I think this is always the right way that it should have been. So, like, I think when somebody comes out of the like main event picture at NXT, they should already be a star. They shouldn't be treated like a brand new person on the roster. And that's how they've treated all three of these guys. And I think it's been an overwhelming success. And I think they realize that they have an age problem. Like, Punk is not going to be main eventing WrestleMania in 3 years.
No.
You know, he might have one more in him.
Right.
And then, you know, you got to wind him down. And, like, he can come back and work a lighter schedule. And maybe, hopefully, he'll be around for a while. Great thing about Punk is he can talk. If you're smart, give him a on-screen role. You know, let him do something. You know, I think he would be a great person to go to NXT with Shawn if AJ's not going to do it. But I think AJ is going to do it. But honestly, Punk would be an amazing agent / producer.
Oh, for sure.
You know?
I mean, between Punk and Randy and Cody and Roman, we're talking about guys who, in 5 years from now, there's a chance that none of them are here.
Yeah, I mean, with Randy, too, like, I think this is his last Mania main event.
Yeah.
I think with him and Cody, I think this was the wrong play. I would have had Cody go heel on him.
I think that would have been the move.
No one has bought the Randy turn. And then SmackDown tonight. Tonight?
Yep.
Tonight is in his hometown.
Oh my gosh.
I know. And I'm like, there's just nothing that they're going to do. Unless Randy Orton, the person he's been on the phone with, is Vince McMahon. There's just no way.
Bro, so like, this is just a theory that's been, zero. It's just what people have been hoping for, right? But I've seen people throw out Kevin Owens' name, and I'm thinking, you better hope that it's not Kevin Owens, because Cody's already going to get booed. If KO is the help that Randy's been talking to, then it's going to make it even worse.
Right.
Yeah, man, but I do agree that they should, like, within like the past year, whenever I've heard grumblings of, man, this should turn Cody heel, I've kind of rolled my eyes at it because it just didn't seem like it was the right time. But this does seem like the right time. I think that they did, a decent job getting us to the Cody and Randy matchup. But man, were the stars in line for Cody to turn heel? They really were.
Yeah, they really should have had, like, I think having Randy win the chamber and, then, like, you can still do the whole thing with Cody and McIntyre, right? You can still let him get the title, and then, Randy still getting this, like, giant ovation or whatever. You do this whole thing where they're going to, like, officially crown him the Rumble winner. Cody ruins that, basically being like, here we are all this time later, all this I've accomplished, and I still can't step out of your shadow. Well, now I'm going to. I think that's a much better motivation than, Randy Orton just went fucking ballistic.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
Right. I will say this, and this was completely happenstance, but it was perfect. Like, when Randy did just go fucking ballistic on Cody, they got Randy in frame with a person holding up a sign behind him that said, "09 Orton has returned."
Yeah.
And I was like, that was perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, either they planted that sign or that was just perfect happenstance.
Yeah.
So I just looked. They have revealed who it is. Do you want to know?
Yeah.
It's Pat McAfee. It's a heel Pat McAfee. Another person they're not going to boo. Yeah.
Man, listen.
They could have done Bruce Pritchard before Pat McAfee. A lot of people thought it was going to be Shane McMahon.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that too.
I would have popped for that.
For sure. Pat McAfee, no disrespect, but it doesn't move the needle.
You're going to have 2 WrestleManias in a row where Cody is going to get an overwhelmingly heel reaction while trying to be a babyface.
Yep.
Like, how did they fuck this up again in the same exact fashion?
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, as far as, like, the face of the company goes, Cody's the best one they've had in a long time.
Yep.
And, like, he should be the guy. But not at the expense of the whole roster. Like, doing that with anybody is a bad idea.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Cody should be the guy. And he absolutely should have got a heel run in him. I really think that they should have let him turn, get the heel run in. Hopefully, if Randy beats him, like, maybe they have the wherewithal to do the double turn at Mania. I could see that happening.
That would be brilliant if they could pull that off.
I mean, the wrestlers can do it.
Yeah.
If the creative is smart enough to do it.
That part.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, Cody is going to get booed.
Yeah. He's going to get booed, and that's just going to be undeniable.
I know, and I don't want to see Randy win, to be honest with you. Like, I would much rather Cody turn heel on him to keep it, because
that'd be cool.
Them putting it on Orton, they're just putting it on Orton to put it on Orton, to give him another, 14?
15.
15.
Yeah. The only reason why you would put it on Orton is so a different babyface can take it off of him.
Well, DiBiase Jr. just got proven innocent, so he could come back, right?
Come back and do what? I don't know if you've seen him lately, but he's not exactly in ring conditioning. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird, right? You got to do something with him. I mean, I think obviously someone's going to take that off of him. Oba. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, like depending on never mind. I was gonna say depending on like how much of a rocket they strap to Trick's back.
Yeah.
But I guess he's gonna because he's gonna be against Sammy for the IC. Yeah. US. You're right. For the US strap. Yep.
One more thing before we get off of this, and we'll talk Invincible. Do you think it's the right call to put Oba over on Brock this soon, or should Brock get the win and then Oba beats him and retires him at SummerSlam?
This one's tough, and I go back and forth on it. My knee jerk reaction is Oba should win. If Brock does go over, then creative has to really have something special lined up because Oba has been booked like a fucking beast.
I don't think he's ever been pinned, right? Like on.
I don't know.
Yeah, because I mean he was the NXT champion when he was called up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I don't think he's been pinned on the main roster at all. So.
Oh well, he has been pinned. Ethan Page,
but not on the main
Ricky
roster.
Saint, yeah, no, not on the main roster. Absolutely not. No. Yeah, I mean he just looks incredibly strong.
He's so over.
Yeah,
that's the crazy thing about him is like they have lightning in a bottle with him.
Yes,
because like he just, I mean when it was like his second time coming out and they pan the crowd and all the little kids are doing his thing. Oh man, like I'm telling you,
got
like,
money.
He is just he has all of it, right? It's the whole thing. Like he's a monster physically. He's a physical specimen. Like, so you're going to bring in people that want to see that.
Yep.
He has an incredible charisma, and he can talk on the mic.
Yep.
And his matches are very solid.
Yes.
And he's got a gimmick that's very easy to understand. You know, he's not trying to be somebody else. Like, it's just, he checks off all the boxes. And we haven't had somebody that did that in a while.
Yeah. It's been a long time, and Brock clearly likes the guy.
Yeah, very much so.
I mean, because Brock, he's not going to bump like that unless he likes you.
Yeah, I mean, say what you want about Lesnar. When it comes to the business, he's not an idiot. Yeah. And I guarantee you, even if Lesnar wasn't smart enough to see it, that there's money there, all it takes is Paul to go, like, this is going to print money. Yes. And they're not wrong. I mean, I really hope that matches night 2 because obviously, like, I'm going to be at Jordan Con. I'm going to miss night 1. Right. I mean, I can go back and watch it, but nothing's...
The problem is, like, I've actually heard grumblings, and I don't know how true it is, but I thought they said that was going to main event night 1.
Oh, man, I hate that. I hope not.
I
mean, it's smart, but I just thought that main event night 1 was going to be Cody and Orton.
But no, from what I heard, Oba and Brock, and obviously that could change, but the reason why I hope that doesn't happen is because do you see that match going longer than 6 minutes?
No, I would put it semi-main on night 2 because like Roman and Punk is going to be a very different match.
For sure, yeah.
You know, incredibly different. I would probably go. I would put the ladder match in the middle of that. They'll probably open with it because it'd just be easier.
Yeah.
But I mean, I definitely, I would probably, I guess, put one of the women's title matches like right before semi, and then I would put that match semi-main, and then I would, have Punk and Roman as the main. Yeah,
that might be the smartest move, but I think there's still a few more matches they have to announce. For example, I think that Carmelo might be added to the U.S. title match.
I kind of would like to just see it stay singles, but I'm fine with it.
Yeah. From what I heard, the reason they took it off of Carmelo is because they want to save that for later on down the road. And when I heard that, I was like, okay, I'm cool with that.
That's fair.
Yeah, because Carmelo, he's also really, really talented, really good. And him and Trick have a lot of history from NXT.
Mm-hmm.
And but if they want to wait to do that, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I agree.
Man, any other thoughts on Mania before we?
No, our 25-minute cold open. Welcome to the WrestleMania edition. I'm glad that we did this because I'll be honest with you, I don't have a ton of thoughts on Invincible. I do have thoughts, but I binge watched this all today. I haven't had time to go back and do a second watch. Literally, I'd only seen the first episode prior to this morning, and originally we were going to record this a lot earlier than we ended up recording it, and so it was like. When you asked me, what's the earliest we could do, I think I said 5:30.
Yeah.
And at that point in time, I literally was mathing out, I have exactly enough time to watch these episodes, drive to my hair appointment, get my hair did, come back home, and then watch the rest of it, and then drive over here.
Oh, my gosh.
And that's pretty much what I did. And then you sent me that one message. I was like, well, I'm going to take a nap.
Yeah.
And so that's what I did. But, yeah, man, Invincible Season 2.
Good old Invincible season
4, my bad.
Season 4, yeah. I mean, we can talk about season 2.
Season 1 was 36 episodes long, you see, and then now we're in season 4.
Yeah. Did you know that Image Comics, they just released the omnibus editions for Invincible? Or at least volume 1. Yeah, they have it in omnibus format now.
How many of those is that?
So
is it the first 4, first 6?
I've done the math on it, and there would have to be 3 Omnis to make up for everything.
Okay.
So yeah, it'd be each Omni will cover 4 volumes.
How much they want for that?
You can get it. Well, the retail is $125, but you can get it for $77.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Hey, did you end up going to the book warehouse?
I did not. Something else that came up, but so I'll probably just end up going at the end of this month.
Cool.
Yep.
I would say I definitely want a copy of Woman of Tomorrow.
For shizzle.
Especially since we're going to review it. We gotta do that because that shit's coming out in what, June? May or June? Okay,
yeah. I mean, and our May is going to be so busy. Our April is busy.
Yeah, I was going to say our April is already busy.
But yes, we are here to discuss the first 5 episodes of Invincible Season 4. This show is trucking right along, man. It didn't it debut during the pandemic, or was it the year before the pandemic?
I think it was during the pandemic, but it took them a while to get Season 2 out.
Yeah. It was a long break between 1 and 2.
I think it was 2 years, maybe a little longer.
Yeah, it felt like forever.
That X-Men 97, if you will.
Right. Yeah, what the fuck is not, we'll get back to that.
Yeah, because people who are in that show told me a year and a half ago, oh, all the animation and stuff's done. Yeah. And I'm like, well, where's the fucking show at then?
Right. So, flipping through the comic books here, it's interesting to me seeing where they choose to leave off certain stories and where they choose to pick up at. But the last thing that happened in season 3 was the Conquest fight.
Yeah.
Oh boy, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan did tremendous in that role.
Really did.
And that fight was so gruesome and horrific, and I'm sure that's the last we'll ever see of Conquest, and we'll never have to worry about another gruesome, horrific fight with him ever again.
When I watched episode 1, obviously the very first thing on my mind when I pull it up is okay, so how long before we see Conquest break out of this fucking thing? Not long. Is all that going about how you thought? Did you think they would end season 3 with the Conquest fight and that he would be right back out at the beginning of season 4?
Yeah, that was basically my thought. Well, I thought they'd wait an episode or 2 longer. They didn't.
Yeah, because he just kind of disappears and doesn't come back until the fight. But that's fine because when he first showed up on Earth, unless you read the comics, nobody knew who the fuck he was anyway.
Yeah, no one knew who.
He just rolls up.
Right, and he's a fucking menace.
He's like, oh, you didn't think there was a boss fight here?
Yeah. Why is there Latin music playing?
Yeah, and there's a full orchestra.
Yeah, that's never good.
I will say that the Invincible theme for season 4 slaps. I have it on my workout playlist.
That is a good little bop.
Yeah.
Man, the show Invincible, the thing that kind of impresses me and makes me chuckle is that I'm going to make a comparison to The Boys that I thought was pretty interesting. The Boys TV show, they have to tone it down from the comic books because the comics are so crude and so gruesome that if they were to adapt it directly, then it would have been canceled by now.
Yeah.
You know, like there's just no way you can do that. And that's saying something because the Boys TV show is still really fucking intense. You know? But Invincible, and maybe it's because it's animation, you know, but their baseline is keeping in pace with how gruesome the comics are. Yeah. And then at times they exceed it. Yeah. Which is really saying something.
I gotta say though, I heard a lot of hubbub from Robert Kirkman about that the animation in season 4 was going to be a step up from what they had done in the first 3 seasons.
Did he say that on purpose?
Yeah, because it's not. I actually think it's worse. There's a lot of scenes where people's mouths don't move and they just talk.
Yeah, so I want to give them shit for that. And I still
I am.
Yeah. And it's mostly in space, but I give them a slight pass because that is also how it is in the comics. But it's probably for the same reasons. Like, do I have to draw?
Yeah. Well, comics are still frames, you know? Yeah. Like, I mean, you know, X-Men 97 at least goes through the trouble of, you know, they'll, you know. And it's 2 frames. You do one with the mouth open, one with the mouth closed, and then you just... Right. You know, it's harder than that, but, you know.
Yeah. But I guess it's also like a thing of, okay, well... They're using telepathy when they're in space. But to your point, though, I have to say this, because I also have seen so much commotion online about, you know, the animation and people kind of talking about it and comparing it to other animated TV shows that are way cheaper to make. Yeah. And ever since then, it's hard for me to look at this show and not notice them cutting corners at certain points.
Yeah, the animation is rough. I mean... I don't know. Maybe don't hire a quadruple A Hollywood cast, you know?
Yeah. I mean, because everyone who they have is, you know, really top tier.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. The cast carries this in a lot of places. So, like, I get that that's where you spent the money. And, like, I think that very few people could do Mark as well as Stephen Yeun. I think he is... doing an incredible job. I think that Nolan, obviously, you know.
Oh, yeah. I mean, oh my gosh. Could you imagine anyone else voicing Nolan at this point?
No, I mean, it won't work because he's dead now, but like in another universe, in that darker timeline you're talking about, they got Hulk Hogan.
Oh, no.
Well, Mark, listen up, brother.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, brother, son.
We're actually from a planet called Viltrum.
What's from a planet called? Yeah, it's called Viltrum.
And everybody there drinks some milk and takes their vitamins.
All right, cut. All right, Hulkster. You got to reel it in. Yeah. Not to derail us already, but years ago, there were like definitive talks of a live action Invincible movie.
I think that's still being talked about, right?
I guess we're talking about it.
Are they going to have J.K. Simmons just get roided out and play Omni-Man?
And the motherfucker's already jacked. I don't know how much bigger you can get.
Obviously, they would get John Hamm, right? Like,
oh man, that would be a good fit.
He's got the stash.
He has a stash now.
Well, sometimes he has a stash. Sometimes he doesn't have the stash.
Okay.
But
I've
seen him with the stash.
He's got the head shape for it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to get Cena to be Omni-Man.
I'm not completely against it.
No, he could be in it for sure, but...
You don't want to see him as Omni-Man?
No, but I do want Roman Reigns and CM Punk to voice the Mauler twins.
Now that you said that, like, Now I have to, and I'm going to be disappointed because it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
No, it'll be one person voicing both of them.
Yeah.
So, speaking of since we're talking about the voice cast, did you catch the voice of the suit for what's the girl Zoe?
Tech Jacket?
For Tech Jacket suit?
No, who's
LeVar Burton.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I was like, I know that voice anywhere. Same way that I heard Peter Cullen immediately when Thaddeus talked for the first time. I immediately was like, that's Optimus fucking Prime.
Dog, like, I've been consuming way too much television here for this podcast because when you messaged me about Thaddeus, I was like, why's this motherfucker talking about Fallout?
Yeah, no. So I was really confused by this, and I like I said, I go in blind on these things as much as possible. So I haven't looked at a lot of online discourse, but we talked about this earlier. You know, there's a scene in either season 2 or 3, I think it's season 2, where they have Alan in there on the life support, and Thaddeus comes in and he's like, "I'm sorry for this, my friend," and he pulls the plug, and that at the time, and obviously this is them kind of pulling the rug out from under us. It really looked like he was the traitor among them. And it was like, oh, fuck. And this is before I even knew he was a Viltrumite. I was like, oh, fuck, he's the double agent. He just killed this motherfucker. But then Alan comes back stronger, and I don't know that they ever explicitly were like, kind of revealed that he did that on purpose to make him stronger. I think we're just supposed to put that together, which I did not do until today with the help of Google. So if you were also wondering... Because I'm sitting there and I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, Thaddeus is the double agent. Why the fuck is he helping them do this? And I was like, okay, well, he's actually probably not.
Yeah, because, like, I'll be honest, man, I didn't even remember that.
Yeah.
Because I think that may have been, like, a show-only thing. And, like, I probably didn't think about it that much because, A, I knew that Alan's going to be fine. And B, like, I was waiting for the shoe to drop with Thaddeus, about him being, not only a Viltrumite, but the Viltrumite who created the Scourge Virus.
Yeah.
Full spoilers, by the way.
Yeah, for everything. So I'll tell you, episode 1 of this did not impress me. I'll be honest with you, I got to watch an episode 1, and while it's always good to see this cast and crew back together, I'm sitting there and I'm like, I just feel like we've seen this. It's like, oh, another Sequid thing. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my God, like it's starting to feel like, and I'll be honest, I feel like this a lot during this season, is it's just like, okay, well, we're gonna have the Sequids, we're gonna have the Flaxians, it's just like, it's like we just have this, it's like, oh, we need something to happen, and so we go back to the well. And it's starting to run thin with me in season 4.
I'll be honest, man. I kind of felt the same way when I first read through the series. Because, I mean, a lot of this show was taken really directly from the pages.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of that same kind of exhaustion. And I know that's not popular to say, and it's not to detract anything from the Invincible series. It's a great show, great comic book. But there are a few repetitive notions that happen all throughout. Now, back then, I amounted that to, well, it's because I'm reading all 144 issues kind of back to back to back.
Right.
But no, there is just a lot of repetitive things that happen in this show and book.
Yeah, and I mean, I didn't mind it at first because it's like, oh, okay, well, we're getting another piece of the Sequids, you know. All right, well, now we're getting, the Flaxians have done this and we're getting that. And like, I do respect some of that, but at some point that starts to feel repetitive. I think if it was more of like, okay, well, we saw the Sequids in this season, and then a couple of seasons later we see them again, kind of like with Battle Beast, where it's like, oh, who the fuck? And then he's just gone for a while. But when it's like at least once a season, we just know there's going to be, each one of these different things is going to happen. It does start to kind of, it loses its luster a little bit.
It does. I do have to say this: the stuff with the Flaxians, that's really gonna pick up though.
That sounds like from what we've seen.
Yeah,
that actually sounds like it's gonna be dope as hell this season. Because at this point, Monster Girl and Robot are both trapped over there. Man, that one guy was really about the cause,
right? I guess he knew he was already gonna die. So.
I'd have found my ass on one side or the other of that portal. That or I'd at least move where it was gonna like cut my head off.
Yeah,
because he lived for a little while after that.
That's true.
His heart and lungs and everything were all good, unless theirs are in a different place than ours.
That was rough.
Unless his heart and lungs is in his like legs, then
right.
That was a bad time. I played enough Portal to know you probably shouldn't do that shit.
Bro, that was a real bad time. It was the worst of times. It was the worst
of times. But fuck, did this not pick up with episode 2 though? I really love episode 2. It may be my favorite episode so far this season. I think episode 2 is one of my favorite episodes.
Wow. I also binged these. What was episode 2?
Episode 2 is the one that opens on Viltrum, and you actually don't know that it's Nolan.
Yes.
That's like the cadet leader or whatever.
I love this too. None of that was in the comics.
Oh, that's incredible. Yeah. So they added some more Viltrum lore.
Yeah. They just, you just hear about it,
right.
from what Nolan says, but to actually see it, that was pretty incredible.
It was so good because this whole time the thing's happening, you're sitting there looking at it and you're wondering like, what? Okay, obviously this is going to show us some like Viltrum bullshit, and I'm like, oh, maybe this is how they're going to reveal Thrag, and I'm like, okay, well none of these guys are Thrag though, unless like one of the kids is Thrag.
Right. I feel like an idiot though because I was just thinking, the guy looks like Mark.
Yeah. and then of course they reveal that this is Nolan, and you're like, oh man, like this is how he grew up, is in this fucking super fascist like Saiyan culture,
right? And
then seeing like the purge and then the virus and how that like affected them, and like just the fucking the visual of the whole ring of bodies in orbit around the planet of like the billions dead. And Thrag is a shitty leader, by the way. He was like, how many people died? Like, I feel like you should have known that before then, you know?
Well, because, with the Viltrumite way of living and thinking, he's probably like, if they let that shitty virus kill them.
They deserved it, yeah. They weren't Viltrumites anyway.
Right.
We didn't lose any Viltrumites.
Yeah. We only lost weaklings.
Yeah. But all of that was so well done, and, like, I really liked it. And, Alan is always kind of the audience surrogate for this show, and he says what we're all thinking. Did you just make me feel bad for your genocidal race?
Right.
And then we kind of get their adventures together. What was it? The Venture? Is that the name of the ship?
What did they call it? It was something with the V.
But it's clearly a nod to the Enterprise.
Yeah.
Kirkman is clearly a Star Trek fan. I actually want to say he did some work on a Star Trek series.
That tracks.
So
yeah,
I gotta Google that shit, which explains like the LeVar Burton cameo as well.
Oh yeah, that does make sense. Yeah. I think episode 2, to go back to what you were saying though, man, that whole thing was tremendous. First of all, if my parents, like when I turned 18, they came into my room and said, all right, well, you're an adult now, son, and so there's certain responsibilities that you have to take care of now, and then they proceed to beat my ass. I don't know if my response would be the same as Nolan's.
I was wrong, by the way. That's Alex Kurtzman. That very close.
Oh,
that did the Star Trek work.
Okay, well,
Kurtzman,
not
Kirkman.
Not Kirkman.
Yeah.
I see.
But there's clearly some nods. I mean, the captain of that ship has the Picard outfit on and everything.
Yeah. I was getting more of a what's his name from Futurama?
Oh, Fry?
No. The douchebag who also was in love with Leela.
Oh yeah, what's his name? Like it's like
Zach Brannigan.
Yeah. No, it's definitely Picard.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, Zach Brannigan is definitely a Star Trek character. You know what I mean? He's like just a douchebag Star Trek character.
Right. No, episode 2, I thought that was really fucking intense, and I agree that is an amazing episode. And see, like that's the thing, right? That's an addition that adds to like the lore and the vibe of the show.
Yeah, I'll be honest. instead of episode 4, they could have given us like a whole episode of like Viltrum flashback.
Oh yeah.
Like let it end with the purge or Scourge Virus or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could have done a whole episode of that.
Yeah, that would have been dope. Is this the first time that we see Thrag in the show? Or do we see him at the end of 3?
Yeah, I was gonna say no, you don't see Thrag in 2. You don't see Thrag, I think, until the end of 3.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so we see Thrag again here briefly.
We don't see the first time we see Thrag in the show, I think, is when Conquest goes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
When he's like, I will not reward weakness.
Right. So get the fuck out of my face, bitch boy.
Yeah. Also, when they went to Battle Beast Planet, man, his race is insanely unhelpful. They were like, follow the fire and the blood, and you will find them. I'm like, the Targaryens? Like, I don't.
Like, the galaxy's a big place.
This is not helpful, dog.
Yeah. Like, y'all don't have, like, GPS trackers, cell phones.
Yeah, nothing. Y'all don't have, like, you can't, like, light a beacon or anything.
And also, no, he said he was the champion.
Yeah.
Okay. Not the ruler. Those are two different things, I hope.
Yeah.
Because if Battle Beast is, like, the champion / ruler, he's a really shitty ruler.
Yeah, I mean, also, like, what if, like, something happens to your planet while he's gone?
Right. Yeah.
I mean...
Well, I guess he's thinking if something happens to my planet, that will give me a worthy opponent to kill.
That's true, yeah. That's true.
Because I got a feeling that, like, even though Battle Beast wasn't there, they could have got any of those guys to help.
We don't know, man. They might be bitches. Like, Battle Beast might be, like, the one, you know?
Oh, that'd be so disappointing. Oh, man. That's fucking great.
He's, like, the one guy that can fight on that planet.
Yeah, and he got really good at it somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, really fucking good. It's in episode 3 where we go back to Titan and fucking old man dragon, whatever his name is.
Yeah. Yeah. Kai?
Kai.
Yeah. Is that his name?
You said it. You didn't say it with confidence, but I assumed you said it with confidence, so I went with it.
Is it Mr. Kai?
That sounds...
No, it's Lou.
Lou, but it's spelled L-U-I.
L-I-U.
L-I-U, yeah. Mr. Liu, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, with not Luke Cage.
Yeah.
With clearly not Luke Cage. Yeah. And they send Oliver.
Yeah, they sent Oliver, yeah.
And they're like, I don't think this kid's going to fall for this shit twice. And then, like, Oliver shows up.
Mm-hmm.
Which, you know, to me, I was like, why did they let him go? They knew they was going to pull some bullshit on him. He was going to fall for it, I guess.
Yeah. I guess, I don't know. Why did they let Oliver go? What do you think of Oliver this season?
I actually used to not like the little shit, but I like him this season.
I can't believe you didn't like Oliver.
Oh? Why is that?
I mean, because to me, he reminds me so much of, like, Damian Wayne in certain instances. You know,
that might explain. Yeah.
But, you know, everyone loves Damian, so like,
I don't.
I couldn't explain why.
Yeah. Fuck some Damian Wayne. Yeah.
You know, like Mark Grayson is clearly influenced by Dick Grayson. Oliver's clearly, you know.
I mean, I guess, you know, I can see it from the point of, like, he's like the lesser son. You know.
See, I mean, is that really?
Yeah, I mean, Invincible's like the main character, and then, you know, Oliver's just kind of there. So yeah, I get it.
That's not what I was going for.
Nolan doesn't want him. I'm actually starting to see the comparisons.
You know, no, this is going the wrong way. We're gonna shift paces here. I noticed that as far as the story or as far as the plot goes here, whenever it is focused on the A plot, I am all in 1,000%.
Yeah.
But whenever they have to deviate from it, it's kind of, it's like I'm here, but this feels a little bit plotting, you know?
It's rough.
Yeah.
It gets really rough. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
And honestly, this season as well is really suffering from a lack of Adam Eve. I think, like, she's not gone, but, like, obviously, like, her powers don't work, and so that's kind of minimalized her in the story.
Yeah.
I hope that's going to go somewhere because her presence is definitely missed. The scene you just flipped to, I loved, where he gets the it's like back to the OG suit kind of.
Yeah, he goes back to that. That was great.
It was so well done in the show, too. Like, the soundtrack popped and everything.
Now, he grabs the suit, but then he go back to putting on the black and blue? Don't we see him in that afterwards?
I'll be honest with you. I don't know. I feel like he's in the regular suit when they go to space, but maybe not.
Maybe he was, but because like you, I was really hyped to see him pick up the suit, but then I thought I saw him just in like in this one again, the black and blue.
I'll be honest, I don't know.
You know, I didn't hate the black and blue. I thought it was very fitting for where he was at that time. You know,
well, like, is he still in the black and blue in the comic?
No, he goes back to back to the OG. But man, yeah. So when we get to the part where Alan and Nolan come back to Earth because they need to.
This was dope as hell. Although that's 5, right?
Oh, that is episode 5. Yeah.
Yeah. So
we skipped right over 4, didn't we?
I mean, we can. I don't mind. Listen. I really don't want to talk about 4. I fell asleep like multiple times in 4. Like, there were so many times that I would like nod off and wake up, and then I have to go back, and then just to realize that I could have just slept. Like, I don't know what they were thinking with that. Like, I don't know what kind of Robert Kirkman fucking fever dream that whole thing was. The homie Brendan's gonna love it, but. Oh my God, this was, I mean, it was like they let a 6-year-old who's really into like gargoyles write an episode of fucking Invincible and they aired it.
This is the lowest rated episode of Invincible yet.
Good.
Yep.
Good. It's fucking bad.
I think the last time I checked, it was at a 6.8, I want to say.
Yeah, it deserves less than that. Like, they could have given us a 7-episode season, not made this episode, and then people's mouths could fucking move.
You know what's crazy? Is that there's a part of this episode that, get this, I think is a little bit unnecessary, but it's when they are falling down the pit. When, fucking Dark, Detective Dark, McDemon.
Dark Scourge McDemon.
Him and Invincible are falling down the pit. And he does the thing with the armor where like every time he talks, it disappears. And this goes on for a while. But like during that, they had the opportunity to keep the helmet on him and not animate the mouth movement.
Right.
But instead, they opt to remove the helmet, animate his mouth each time.
Yeah.
And that had me flabbergasted because there are many instances, as we pointed out, where like the mouths don't move. But for this, they thought it was super necessary.
And this whole episode is just an absolute nothing burger. You can completely skip it. Mm-hmm. And I'll be honest with you, you will like this show more if you do. Because this was the first time that I'd ever considered not watching the show anymore.
It was rough, man. Like, I remember seeing people's reaction to this episode online and then seeing that on IMDb, it was like the lowest scored episode. And I remember just kind of rolling my eyes and thinking, oh my gosh, fans can be so fickle.
Yeah.
Like, people are just overreacting again. And then I saw it for myself. And oh my goodness, it was rough.
And you were like, oh no.
Yeah. Like, this is it. This is the episode, huh? And as you said, it was just a complete nothing burger. I mean, what are we supposed to take from this?
That Invincible does other things, I guess.
Yeah, sure. I mean, that's what montages are for. But.
Yeah. Yeah, also, Satan turned out to not be the best guy.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Right, yeah. Yeah, he's not a great boss.
This was one of the lamest storylines that they've ever come up with. I cannot fathom how this made it through editing.
No.
And like the initial like storyboarding process even. Like I can't see how this made it to animation.
This is like a monster of the week type of episode.
Yeah.
And it's not even interesting for that format.
In a show where we should be building to a crescendo.
Yeah. And we are, like, we're in the middle of something really fucking interesting. Yeah. And they cut to that.
Yeah, they cut to that for an hour, and then literally Alan and Nolan, which is a thing that we have been waiting on since season 2.
Mm-hmm.
Really since the end of season 1 for Nolan to come back to Earth. This huge monumental thing, and then they just literally just throw an hour of filler at us in an 8-episode show.
Right.
Like, I don't mind filler in a 22-episode season. You gotta have it.
Yeah.
But an 8-episode season, that shit needs to be meat and potatoes.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we get this episode that it's just a big old nothing burger, right? I don't even get a patty on this nothing burger.
No.
You know? And it's got 4 characters, you know?
Yeah.
And in this instance, none of which are interesting.
Yeah, and the burger is ground turkey, but it's tofu flavored for some reason.
Why?
Correct. Why? Why indeed?
Okay, so I was wrong. We get one panel of Nolan's flashback in the comic books, but that's it.
Yeah.
You know, and I guess it does, looking at this next to Nolan beating up his own son, it's like, he didn't think he was doing anything that bad.
Right, yeah. I mean, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Just another Tuesday.
Yeah. Like, it was nothing. Like, you should have seen the way my parents beat me, you know?
But I am very glad that we picked up with episode 5 because...
Oh, thank goodness.
I was furious at the end of 4, but then at the beginning of 5 when it popped off, 5 is also one of the best episodes they've ever done.
Yes, 5 was tremendous.
Getting to finally see Nolan interact with Deb. Sandra Oh really killed it there. J.K. Simmons always kills it, but he did a great job with it. My favorite scene in this is actually probably not any of the fights. I actually really love the scene with Nolan and Art on the rooftop. And part of the reason this scene is so fucking good is because it's J.K. Simmons and Mark Hamill.
Right.
You know.
Oh my gosh.
You don't even have to give them lines.
Yeah.
You know, just set them in a room and turn the record button on.
Right.
But I love this, especially Nolan has been on this streak of redemption and going on his redemption tour. And even to the point where he's apologizing to these people and they're freaking the fuck out because they're like, what the fuck, a Viltrumite doesn't do that.
Yeah.
And, we end up with Art and he's like, well, maybe after this is all over, I could, come back and let you do whatever you want to do with this thing. And Art's like, nah, man. And Nolan's like, what? I leave my account open or something? And, Art's like, I dress heroes, Nolan. Fucking, the twist of the knife with that. And but Art is right, you know?
Yeah.
And up until that moment, Nolan is just thinking that everything's just going to go back to being honky-dory with this guy.
Yep.
Not happening, man. Art's like, I dress heroes. Fucking, that line just was so good.
Yeah, what a fucking scene. What a moment.
Yeah, that whole scene, I loved it.
Yeah. That whole thing was very, very intense. And that's when you know you have a good story where the tension is so thick, but no one is in any physical danger per se.
Yeah.
Which is saying something because Nolan murdered so many people.
Yeah. Yeah, Art thought he was in danger. Because as soon as Nolan flew off, man, I thought he was going to have a heart attack.
Yo, yeah. Yeah. Man, I would have pissed all over myself saying that to Omni-Man. Is his name Paul? Deb's boyfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. If I'm Paul, you ask yourself sometime, man, how good is the coochie? And, is it...
Yeah.
Is it worth...
Yeah, I don't know, bro. Because, if he wants you dead, you're not even going to know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This dude can just, take a chunk of the moon and, throw it at your house from, the next solar system over.
Right, yeah. You have no proof it was him.
Yeah. Nobody's going to know anything. Yeah.
So I had to go back through this to verify their meetings do happen, but in the show they had it happen before they go off into space, whereas in the comics it doesn't happen until after the big war.
Him and Art?
Him and Deb.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I am glad they put this here, though. It makes me wonder, like, what other kind of solo changes they're going to have and, like, how that can kind of domino effect. But, yeah, what you think of their meeting, of Deb and Nolan?
Well, I always thought Nolan was safe before, but at this point, Nolan could die.
Yeah.
You know, like, everything that needs to happen with him ultimately could happen. You know, it'd be great for Oliver's character development for Nolan to bite it right now. It would be great for Mark's character development for Nolan to bite it right now. So, you know, he's I almost said a comparison that was a major spoiler, but that one character in that one book, you know, he's very much set up like that character right now.
Great point, Caleb.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah. The plot is really like Nolan could bite it, you know. And I haven't read the comics, guys, so like if he dies in the next episode, don't be mad at me because I didn't spoil this shit for you because I can't. It's just a great guess. I called that whole like Matt Murdock saving Kingpin from Bullseye shit like a year before the show came out. Like I'm a writer and I know story structure. I that's all I got, you know.
Well, I have read the comic books. However, I will not spoil anything here for you guys. We'll see. So I can say interesting take is all I can say for that.
Yeah,
interesting take.
But I don't want him to because he's just a great character, and you know, I want to see more of him.
And it's very nuanced, right? Because this is a very complex situation.
Yeah.
I mean, like what do you say to something like this?
It's crazy because none of them want to deal with Nolan, but they realize that they have to, right? Like Viltrumites are not just like they're all bad, except for these two. Well, three.
Yeah.
Two total, two halves, and you know, I don't think I think Mark, you know, is still very hesitant to want to work with him. Mark would rather work with Cecil than Nolan, and he don't fucking like Cecil at all. So, I mean, from Mark's perspective, yeah, like Nolan beat the shit out of him and turned on him and killed all those people. But the thing that really gets Mark the most at this point in time is like what happened with his mom and what's happening with Oliver.
Yeah,
you know, and seeing the way that Nolan treats them, that's like the number one thing that I think Mark is pissed about at this point. Is like I don't think Mark really thinks he's changed. I think Mark looks at it like he regrets because of how badly things have gone for him. But that's not the same thing as like you no longer being selfish, you know.
And if you're Omni-Man, you really have to ask yourself, is repentance possible?
Yeah. And I mean, he's still fucking up too, even with Oliver, where he's like, oh, I didn't even go see him. He's like, I've made so many mistakes, you know, I don't want to drag him into it. It's like, he's already dragged into it. So now you're traumatizing him by not even going to see him.
Yeah.
You know, when you could be about to die. Like, you know, it's
and it gets even more complicated, right? Because if Oliver were to ask, you know, Debbie or Mark, what was my dad like? What do they do? They tell him the fantasized version that they knew for years, or do they tell him about the fucking Viltrumite space pirate? You know?
Yeah.
So
I also too like how I guess he thought Mark was gonna take it differently when he told him like the real truth of it. Oh well, actually, we came here to breed you guys.
Yeah. That's all.
Yeah. Like, I'm sorry, what?
That's I chuckled at that point.
But this episode rolls along, and then we find out that the ship's been compromised by not just any Viltrumites, but two random ones and Conquest.
Motherfucking Conquest.
Conquest and those other guys.
Yeah, this is not a good moment. This is a oh no type moment.
Yeah. I will say, I fucking love Tech Jacket.
Yeah.
I know that they gender swapped Tech Jacket, but I love Zoe instantly.
Yeah, Tech Jacket has always been like a really fun character. I mean, Was Ted Jacket inspired by Iron Man? Maybe.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, sure. who knows what Kirkman was thinking? Sure.
Kind of like Agent Spider or whatever.
Who was that supposed to be a reference to? Batman, do you think?
Agent Paper.
Oh, yeah, duh. Yeah. Read or Die.
Yeah.
Everyone knows Read or Die.
Yeah, everyone knows Read or Die. Clearly an Agent Paper reference. Yeah.
How do you think Nolan would have fared against Conquest in a one-on-one?
We haven't seen Nolan fight in a while. I mean, he was locked up in prison for a bit. I mean, we did see him fight a bunch of those creatures, but they were fucking them up.
They were tough.
I mean, they were on the Viltrumites destroyed this planet because these creatures could fuck with them planet. You know what I mean? So it's hard to know. I don't think Nolan has the hatred for Conquest that Mark has. But that was one thing that I did notice is like they didn't do a lot of Nolan and Conquest.
It's only brief.
It's very brief, and I think that's a fight that we all wanted to see. I hope we never get to see it, because he's got to be like, if he comes back again at this point, I'm just like, nah. You know what I mean?
What if he's like a bad guy from Shadows of Mordor, and like he just
next time he's got the bionic leg and the arm? No, please, let's not. Let's just not. I don't know. Mark is incredibly powerful. He's come a long way.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and so you do have to wonder now, at this point, is Mark more powerful than his dad?
He's definitely had a lot more combat experience recently.
Yeah. I think, he has, right?
And also, are they going to borrow from the, once again from the Saiyan? That it's clear that there's a ton of DBZ in this.
Yeah.
Right. So are they going to borrow from the Saiyan mentality that, like a half Saiyan, can advance faster than a pure Saiyan? So
one thing we do know about Oliver at this point in the show is that because of his Viltrumite DNA, it's causing him to... He's going to age faster until like his bug DNA is recessed.
Yeah.
And then he's going to start aging like a Viltrumite.
Right.
And so you have to imagine how much of his Viltrumite DNA is going to take over. Who knows? But I mean, also, Mark is a half breed.
Yeah.
It's hard to say, right? I feel like Mark got his powers late, maybe in comparison to most Viltrumites.
Well, yeah, because he's the only half.
Yeah.
Only half human, half Viltrumite that we're aware of.
Yeah.
So we really don't know what his upper limit is.
Caleb, I want you to know, if I ever do anything to make you so angry that you strangle me and then I disembowel you and you still keep strangling me, and so then I proceed to remove everything that is within you, and you still
that's hatred.
Yeah, I want you to know, whatever I did, I'm sorry, but I probably meant it.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. That's an insane amount of hatred. Yeah, this scene was hard to watch, man. This final... Somehow, like, I got to give them the credit on this. Is like, they made this an incredibly interesting fight. Even though it's literally just Mark choking him and Conquest trying not to get choked to death.
Yeah. Conquest has some weird kinks, man, because even in death, he's getting off on this somehow.
Yeah, man. When he bit his thumb off, man, I was like, man, Conquest got to fuck you up, man. You really shouldn't have done that. I thought you was wearing on him, but now he's real angry. And I'm gonna tell you, the amount of pain that Mark was in here had to have been astronomical, just unbelievable.
Oh my gosh!
And he kept choking him.
He kept choking him.
Which, I mean, I understand he had no other recourse, because like, if you let him go, it's not like he's gonna stop.
Yeah.
It's not like he fucking disemboweled me, and then like if I let him go, he's gonna let me go. Like no, he's gonna keep trying to kill you.
Yeah.
And he's gonna succeed if you let him go. So you kind of gotta keep choking him.
You got to commit to the bit at that point.
And I love the Mark doesn't realize just how much he's gonna have to sacrifice for saying this cold ass shit. But when he first grabbed him, Mark was like, "You're never gonna take another breath." I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
And he was right, man. That's crazy.
I don't think that I am capable of hating someone that much.
No, I mean, they tried to do that shit to Superman too.
Oh yeah,
but it didn't work out for them either. It worked out way less for them actually than it worked out for Mark, and that's saying something.
Yeah. God damn. But the way that this thing ends with Mark just having enough of this bullshit, and putting it into Conquest. We'll see.
Right. God damn it.
But Mark is look. If he wasn't Viltrumite, you would just have to assume, oh, he's dead.
Right. Yeah.
I guess Oliver is invincible now.
Yeah, they're not going to kill Mark though.
Yeah. No.
He's.
Yeah, title card.
Yeah, I like how they dropped it twice on one.
Right.
Of these. Yeah.
Like back to back almost.
Yeah. That was great.
Oh man. But yeah, that is where episode 5 leaves off at. It's like that is that the halfway point? No, there's
only 3 more.
Okay, yeah. So 3 more episodes. Just thinking about where this thing is gonna end at. It's gonna be 3 episodes of. Unless they make up some more filler bullshit, which I can't imagine that they will.
How many seasons do you think this goes for? Do you think 5 is it, or you think 6?
There's no way that 5 is it.
So you think they do it rapid at 6, or you think they're going to use 7?
Definitely 6, with the possibility of 7.
If they throw in some of the Battle Beast stuff, maybe from the Battle Beast series.
Yeah, I think so.
And of course we gotta have a whole Hell arc now. With Dark Scourge McDemon, detective at law.
Associated with Born Again and Born Again.
Yeah. Loosely associated with Born Again and Born Again. With the law offices of Born Again and Born Again.
Oh, I would say at least 6. You know what? I'm gonna say 7. 7 seasons. Because looking how they're pacing now, there's only 3 episodes left. I don't think
7 seasons in a movie.
Yeah. So a little bit of Community. Unless they skip some stuff, I don't think that they even make it through book 7 by the end of the season.
Wow. So they'll have quite a bit left to go.
Yep. So I will say 7 seasons. They could do it in 6, but I think comfortably 7.
So we're gonna have Thrag around for a while, then probably I would assume.
Yep. He's gonna be maybe a little bit of a problem to get rid of, and then also, again, not to spoil anything, but like this Viltrumite war is going to present problems that a lot of people just haven't thought about, and solutions that even more people wouldn't consider. So it's going to be a very interesting arc here. And we're not going to get that, I don't think, this season. That's definitely going to be, I think, a season 5 thing. But it's going to make for some interesting things.
So you think the war will go a whole season?
I think that the war that they're on their way to right now, I don't see how it's going to last at least the rest of this season.
Right.
Yeah. I don't think they can wrap it up any sooner than that.
I hope they got a back to tank on that ship,
bruh. Right? Because like we went to Earth specifically to get you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we kind of need that. But no, it's gonna be some really, really fun things that happen here. I was just flipping through the pages here, and it's interesting how some things happen in odd orders. Like this scene here with Battle Beast, him being found, like this was like a season 3 thing, I want to say.
Right, and it's happening here.
Yeah. Happening at this point that he's ripped apart some Viltrumites.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we get the stuff with the Space Rider, Feats for Hands, McDanielson.
Yeah, Space Rider was amazing.
Yeah. He's pretty dope.
I actually really love that whole shit where he's like, he's got to be dead by now. I was like, he's going to be alive.
Alive as shit.
And then I like where he's like, we got some food back on the ship, but I got some of this. He's like, I was in there for 100 years, not 1,000. I was like, God damn.
Cold-blooded.
Oh, man. Shit. We're going to have to score these as a block.
Yeah, for sure.
Was there anything that you wanted to talk about before we?
I'm really excited for these last 3 episodes, and I'm so glad that it worked out so that we covered the first 5 and not the first 4.
Yeah, because this would be the tone of this review would be very different.
Yeah, for sure. But
for sure.
Okay, see, I think that from now on, like button privileges should maybe just be reserved for maybe just for me for a little while.
Well, see, that would be fine, except I'm the world's greatest co-host.
Yeah. But even the world's greatest co-host has like blind spots every once in a while, kind of some weaknesses here and there, you know. And that's what I'm for.
And that's fair. And if we ever see any, I'll let you know.
But how would you let? You know what? Okay, it's fine.
It might be in those committee emails that I'm
that you're
not getting.
Mm-hmm,
yeah. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't know because I haven't read them because I haven't got them.
You haven't gotten them, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. You can be expecting another very stern email from them. So be sure that you check all your folders.
Yeah, it might be in my spam.
Yeah. And make sure that you move them from spam to primary.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, if they're in the spam. Yeah.
They may be going to like a committee folder. Maybe I set something like that up.
I don't know why you wouldn't check a committee folder if that's the case.
That's true.
It's very bizarre. But they're not happy.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean,
but with that being said, I am just very much looking forward to seeing how these next few episodes play out. We won't get a lot of Thrag this season, but we will get some more for sure. And I think that people will be very pleased with his appearance and with what he does. So, before we get to the scores, let me ask you this: do you think that we get any major deaths in this Viltrumite war?
We're gonna have to get some. Like I said, I think Nolan isn't gonna make it to the end. I don't know if he's gonna die soon. I think Thaddeus is gonna end up dying. Either Mark or somebody, one of the good guys, is gonna kill him, or he's gonna die in the war. I could totally see Thrag finding him and killing his ass. I think Alan is honestly at a point now where he could go. And I think on the other side of the war, I think anybody except for Thrag is fair game.
Boy, how'd you feel about... Nah, you know what? I don't leave that alone.
Okay.
Those are some...
I prefer that.
Yeah.
I know Cecil was very happy that for once there's no Viltrumite on his planet.
Yeah. Until like fucking Godzilla or something wakes up.
Yeah, well, he's got the Guardians.
Yeah. Sure.
And Eve?
Yeah. Her powers are perfectly fine right now. She can,
He's got most of the Guardians. I forgot that Robot and Monster Girl are...
Yeah. So, like, one of their strongest hitters and, like, their smartest brain...
are in another dimension that they currently cannot get to.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's that. No, those are some good or very interesting theories as to who could not make it. And I'm very curious to see how the show chooses to portray all of that. I think it's your turn to go first.
It is my turn to go first. Oh, it was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
It was the Damian McDemon detective.
Detective Demon or Detective Dark Scourge McDemon. If I was only scoring episodes 2 and 5, it'd probably be a 9 point something. Because I thought that those were tremendous. One feels way too much like we've seen it before, like it could have gone just about anywhere in the show. And 3 I thought was pretty good, as well. So, 4 is just unacceptable garbage. It really doesn't belong in this show at all. What I will say about these first 5 of 8 for season 4 is that they really have me very hyped for the rest of the season, and I'm really on board with the show and all the characters and the arcs and where they're going. The show seems really focused on the A plot right now, and that's the thing that we've kind of put the A plot in the back burner for a lot of this show. Like, while Nolan was gone, like, obviously in season 1 we find out that there's going to be a Viltrumite war eventually. Like, the threat of the Viltrumites is real, and then, we spend a lot of time doing other stuff, very necessary stuff, but we don't spend a lot of time on that. I think the whole second season we saw Nolan for like maybe 4 minutes or something.
Yep.
And then when he's in the prison for a long time. And so like now that he's come back to Earth, we've kind of made peace with some of his people that he affected the most on Earth. They haven't made peace with it, but like we as the audience have got to see like satisfying, updates on these things. It feels like they're going to be a lot more focused. I feel like going forward, we're probably going to get a lot of, Nolan and Mark and Oliver. And then, when they need to pan to the B plot, I'm assuming it's going to be Cecil and the Guardians trying to get, either Eve's powers or, trying to get Robot and Monster Girl back from the Flaxian universe. So all that sounds really good to me. But episode 4 weighing this down heavily. I'm going to give this first 5 episodes, I'm going to give it a 7.8. If we took episode 4 completely out, I'd probably give it like an 8.8. It took a whole number off of this by including this complete garbage.
Boy. Damien Darkblood is his actual name. So believe it or not, it is not Damien Dark McDemon or whatever we said it was. Yeah, these first 5 episodes really are a bit of a mixed bag. We get the lowest of the low, which is episode 4 of this season so far. We get the highs of the highs, which is like 2 and 5. And then we get some episodes that are just okay, like 1 and 3. And so we really get like a variety of all kind of flavors. And some of these flavors, you don't really like. Episode 4 is definitely like black licorice. No one likes that. But that's what we have here. But with that being said, though, when I go back and rewatch this season, these first 5 episodes in particular, I'm not gonna watch episode 4 at all.
No.
And if I'm being honest with myself, I didn't really love 3 either.
Yeah.
It goes back to something that we spoke about earlier, and that is whenever this show focuses on the A plot, I am all in. I am so game. But whenever they deviate from it, I just feel like we're twiddling our thumbs till we get back to something interesting. So like the stuff with Titan and Liu, it was fine, but I'm over it now.
Right.
And I just
That's how I am with the Sequids and all of that.
Yeah. Same thing with them. It's like I'm ready for us. There is such interesting stuff going on with the A plot. I really want to get to that, and every once in a while we get an episode that takes us from that. Now, with that being said, moving forward, I cannot wait for the Monster Girl and Robot stuff. That's going to be awesome. But as far as what we got now, I think for me, it's a solid opener. It's nothing to write home about, but it's a solid opener for a new season. I got really no qualms with episode 1. It is a little bit samesies, but it's trying to get us back into where these characters were. 2 and 5 are tremendous stuff. Absolutely amazing. And because of that, I gotta give it an 8. I'm giving these first 5 episodes a collective total of 8 out of 10. For the most part, I really like what we're doing here. Everything with the A plot is really hitting for me. It's just the side quest stuff. It's not doing much of anything for me at all. It's interesting, right? Because in the beginning, like you go back to season 1, the stuff with Titan and Liu and all that was pretty interesting. But now I'm done with it. Same thing with the Sequids. Same thing with the Flaxians. And it's like, yeah, can we get something else? And like, for example, with season 3, when we got Powerplex, that was technically, he wasn't really that tied into the main plot, but that was a super interesting episode.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. If we're going to get stuff that didn't happen in the comic books, it needs to be like Powerplex, and it needs to be like episode 2 of this season.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Robert, you can put your pen down.
Please.
Any more ideas for Damien Darkblood? Like, if we get Damien Darkblood and Satan Adventures Part 2, I'm going to be real upset.
No pen and a pad. Don't be in the lab. None of that.
But that is all I have for the first 5 episodes of Invincible Season 4. I'm glad that episode 5 was so good that we left off on that point. Please, please, please let 6, 7, and 8 be up there in that range.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I'm really hyped for them. This hasn't ruined my hype. These episodes really, brought it forward. But, man, if I had just watched those first 4 and hadn't watched the excellent episode 5, like I said, the tone of this would be very different. Mm-hmm. This would go from DCU to Snyderverse.
Are we getting the Snyder cut? You know what I mean?
No, it would have been the Whedon cut.
Oh, no.
It would have been the Justice League.
Oh, shit. Oh, well.
Kalal, no.
On that note, I don't know where to go from there. So, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this dual feature premiere of episodes, getting a little bit of 2-for-1 here tonight. But that's going to be our review of this first half-ish of Invincible Season 4. Still really loving it. Still can't wait to see what happens next. Caleb and I will be back again very soon with more Daredevil and more Invincible.
And The Boys.
And The Boys and The Punisher Special.
Yeah.
And everything else.
And all the other things.
Somebody on the internet made a post about all the superhero content coming out in the next month, and they were like, man, we're eating good. And I was like, yeah, but can we not eat so good all in one time?
Yeah, can we eat just a tad less?
Yeah.
I'll be honest, man, in a lighter content time, we probably would have been reviewing the Mario movie, if
for sure,
if we just didn't have anything to do.
Mm-hmm.
But we got a million things to do. We probably would have reviewed Project Hail Mary if there was a slower time.
For sure.
But it ain't.
It is not. Yeah. And then I forgot, I feel like we have to do Odyssey.
Oh, absolutely. We have to do the Odyssey.
And is that June or July?
I think it is June. Yeah. But, coming up, we have a lot. In 2 weeks, I'm going to be at JordanCon. I'll bring back some juicy news from that, I'm sure.
Yes.
Obviously, our Lord and Savior, Brandon Sanderson, will be there. And some of the homies got private signings with him. And we're very excited about that. So there's going to be some cool things coming up there. He has yet another book coming out, shocker.
Yeah, I'm super happy to hear about that because I think that some pretty cool stuff is gonna transpire. So I can't wait to hear about all those ventures. And I know that you guys will represent the homies well up there.
Of course. Absolutely, yeah.
I would be here trying to keep this ship afloat.
Yeah, I don't think I should. You might have to have somebody. I don't know who you'll get to fill in. I guess you're gonna have to get Brendan because Dylan and Oz are gonna be with me, and Kay.
Well, so
or Lauren.
Yeah, well, so it'll be Daredevil, and it has to be someone who is caught up with Daredevil.
No, we'll do Daredevil on Wednesday. I'll be here for that. So it'll be whatever the second episode. We may just be able to get away with not doing a second episode that week.
Maybe. We'll see. With our luck, though, it'll be like the season finale of Invincible.
Yeah, it's when I go to the beach the first week of May.
Oh.
You're going to need somebody for Daredevil.
May's going to be rough, and we'll talk more about this off my bit. Like the 21st through like the 25th, I'll be gone.
Me too, because that's Momo.
Well, shit.
Yeah.
we'll just do a double whammy the week before then we will have a slow release.
Yeah.
But
we'll just blue balls them.
Yeah. But homies, that's going to be all for now. Caleb and I will do more planning that you guys don't want to hear about off mic. But until next time, my name is Superhero Homie Q.
I'm Superhero Homie Caleb.